Hey y'all, it's Ilana. Welcome back to my channel. So for this video, I wanted to sit down and have an honest chat with you about what it's like to be a YouTuber that talks about her dating experiences on the internet. I get asked a couple of things and how it affects me and my personal life, so I wanted to sit down and talk about that with y'all. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I post content about what it's like to navigate life and dating in San Francisco. So if you live in the Bay Area, you're thinking about moving to the Bay Area, you're single, navigating the dating world, whatever the case may be, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. I think you'll really like it here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Couple things that I want to address because people always ask me these kinds of questions such as how does YouTube affect my job, how does it affect my dating life, and how are people supposed to take what I say seriously and trust me when I'm single. So I want to just sit down and talk about all of that and answer your questions and concerns that you may have had, because I'm ready to talk about it with y'all. So let's kind of talk about how me talking about dating on my channel affects me getting a job. Here's the thing, I don't think my YouTube channel has ever prevented me from getting a job, to be honest. I can tell you as a recruiter, I don't have time to look up my candidates who make it to the final stages, do research on them, do a Google search and see what they're about and what their personal life is. That's honestly none of my business. And I don't know if other companies have done their research on me and they've done a Google search and my channel has popped up, because I know one thing that will pop up is me hooking up with my Airbnb host video. That tends to pop up in a Google search. And I definitely understand what a kind of impression that could make on a company. If there's anything that I try to tell people, especially companies, if they were to ever have any kind of concern about my YouTube channel, this is what I would basically tell them. We all know that there's a culture within YouTube, that we all play this kind of character on YouTube. We're still ourselves, but we definitely act like a character to make ourselves more entertaining on camera. So I just kind of have to say that I play into this kind of culture for YouTube, because that's how you are going to be successful on YouTube, by being your authentic self. And sometimes, yes, you do have to be a little bit extra. You do kind of have to make a character out of yourself, because that's how people stay on your channel, subscribe to you, and get actual valuable information from your channel, by being authentic, by being raw, by being this big personality. And I'm not going to apologize for how I present myself in a video. But another thing that I want employers to know is that how I present myself on a YouTube video doesn't define who I am in the workplace and how I'm going to be as an employee. My YouTube work is completely separate from my recruiting work. And honestly, none of my bosses, who all know that I have a YouTube channel, who have seen some of my videos, they think it's funny, they think it's cool. My YouTube channel's never once gotten me in trouble at my current jobs. I don't know if it's ever impacted me in an interview process before. If it has, oh well, that's not a company that I want to work for anyways. If a company is going to say, I don't like how you present yourself on your YouTube channel, you either stop your YouTube channel or you can't work here anymore. And I would choose to leave the company, because my YouTube channel is my passion project and I'm not going to let someone dictate my life for me. Even if that leaves me unemployed, I would much rather not make money off my YouTube channel and continue to make content that makes me happy and that makes others happy. That's something that I'm always mindful about. Yes, I've talked about hooking up experiences, my dating experiences, but not all of my content is inappropriate. I've made so many videos about what it's like to live in San Francisco, honestly to the point where the content is definitely appropriate for children to watch. Obviously, my channel is not meant for kids to begin with, but my videos on San Francisco are certainly as family friendly as they can be. So I really don't find that to be problematic at all. I know me talking about my personal dating life out on the open on the internet is a little bit controversial and taboo, but I don't care. This is me. I'm happy to talk about it, because I know other people have come to me saying how much they can resonate with this experience and how much they felt that message that I gave out to the internet. That's why I do this. And if a company has a problem with that, then I don't want to work for that company. It's just as simple as that. So I don't believe that it's affected me getting a job per se. It could have, but at the end of the day, I really don't care if my YouTube channel is a reason that gets me fired from a job or doesn't land me a job offer, because this is my passion project and I'm not going to give up on it just because of what somebody else thinks of me. Because at the end of the day, my happiness matters more than their happiness. So this is a big question that I get asked a lot. What do the guys that I go on dates with in San Francisco think about my channel? Do I hide my YouTube channel from the guys that I go on dates with, or do I tell them about it? So I'm very upfront about it with guys that I have a YouTube channel. I even mention on my Hinge profile that I have a YouTube channel because that makes me very unique. Honestly, men in San Francisco, how many women have you met in SF on a dating app who have said that they have a YouTube channel? Seriously, let me know. I can guarantee you probably slim to none. So me talking about having a YouTube channel, especially where I make content about life and dating in San Francisco, is a very unique and cool specific topic. So I've actually had a lot of positive feedback from guys. I've never once had a guy give me negative feedback for having a YouTube channel, for making videos about dating. A lot of them have actually found it to be very interesting with what I talk about. In fact, over this past year, I have gained so many more male subscribers than female subscribers. And I love my male subscribers who engage with my content and find what I have to say about navigating life and dating as a single woman in San Francisco to be so interesting to them. That's really cool, and I'm so flattered by that. That's exactly what I'm looking for when people watch my videos, is for them to find that stuff fascinating and for them to learn something new and how they can grow from my own videos. But I'll be totally transparent. I really haven't gone on dates with guys who haven't been supportive of my YouTube channel, who think it's silly or dumb or something that I'm never going to make big for myself. I'm very fortunate that I have gone out with decent men, even though they've never turned into relationships. I've never once had a guy act really negative about my YouTube channel. It's not to say that that'll happen in the future, but I'm very fortunate with how positive and supportive they've been with that. In fact, I've had so many guys who say, show me your channel. What's your channel about? Can I subscribe? And here's the thing. I really don't want guys that I've just met subscribing to my channel, because if we only date for 2 weeks, let's be real, they're just gonna hit the unsubscribe button right after that. I'm not looking for short-term subscribers. I want people to come to my channel and stay here for the long term. Now, I understand people's interests are going to change over time and people will unsubscribe from my channel. I lose about a couple subscribers per week. That's just part of being a YouTuber. You're going to lose subscribers on a weekly basis. It happens. I really don't take it personally when I lose subscribers. It happens, and people's interests change over time. But what I don't want are guys who are just trying to get to know me, immediately subscribe to my YouTube channel. I know they want to be supportive by doing that, but I really don't want them to be supportive like that, just because them unsubscribing from my channel after a couple of days or a week really hurts my channel, because I'm trying to build a following for myself. I have no problem if they want to watch my videos. That's how they can support me. They can support me in the early stages of the relationship by watching my videos and giving me that watch time, which helps my channel, but I really want them to hold off from subscribing to my channel until they are more serious with me, just so I know that they are going to be part of my journey and be part of my following. And that's what's really important to me. I will say some guys have brought up to me, Ilana, are you going to put me in a video now because we've gone on a couple of dates? And the answer is no. You're not that special. I know I have talked so much about different dating experiences with guys in San Francisco and who I've met and what's happened on those dates, but I don't do that immediately. I've only done it immediately with one guy, and that was the guy that I made a whole closure video about a couple of months ago. Probably going to take at least a year for me to put you in a video, because I want to give you that kind of respect and not talk about you right away. So any dates that I go on throughout the rest of this year, early 2021, you probably won't even know about until 2022. that is just how I do my content, because I need to let a lot of time pass to the point where these men have forgotten about me. And let's be real, they're not coming back to my channel a year later and being like, I wonder if Ilana has uploaded a video about me. I can guarantee you they're not doing that. And if they are doing that, well, that's really pathetic. So just because I go on a date with you doesn't mean that I'm going to make a video about you. You also have to give me a really good story in order for me to put you in a video. If you don't have much of a story, then it's really not worth talking about over a video. So I am not going to immediately jump into a video right after I end things with a guy, because that's not my style. If I do want to talk about you on my channel, it will take at least a year for that to go on my channel, to the point where you won't even remember that I even have a channel to begin with. And when I do share stories about guys that I go on dates with, I make sure that they are not identifiable at all, and I make them completely anonymous so nobody knows who I'm talking about. I would never expose someone's identity on my channel. I'm so much better than that. So that's another thing that I do. I keep it very respectful. I try not to talk negatively about them unless if they were very disrespectful and negative to me. I hope that addresses that concern. And now let's talk about another big concern that people have when they come across my channel, and that is my credibility. I want to start off by saying that I'm not a dating coach. People ask, well, what makes you credible to give dating advice to other people? Why should people trust you when you're not a dating coach? So here's the thing. Correct, I'm not a dating coach. I don't ever intend it to be a dating coach. But I will tell you this. I do have a master's degree in family and couple sciences. That's basically a hybrid of sociology and psychology of family functioning and relationship functioning and how families and couples work. That's what I studied for 2 years of my life. And I have a piece of paper that says it all. And I even did a thesis research project that is literally 64 pages long. So I do have an educational background in this topic. And I've learned just so many things about relationships and communication and how to build healthier relationships. I do try to apply the knowledge that I've learned in grad school within my videos. So some of the things that I mentioned is based off research, and then some of it is also just simply based off my own experiences and what's worked for me. And I always try to disclaim in most of my videos that what happened to me may not necessarily work for you. I am not a dating coach. I'm not a therapist. I do have life experiences, and I've seen what's worked for me, and I want to be able to share what's worked for me with you in hopes that it also works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Thanks for trying my methods out anyway. All I want to do on this channel is to promote healthy dating culture based off what I've learned that was very unhealthy and how I'm able to improve from those experiences to make those experiences healthier in the future. And so you can have those healthy experiences as well. Those are like the real meanings behind those dating videos. So I hope that kind of clears things up for you. But I'm not a dating coach. I don't want you to think of me as a dating coach ever. This is just me being a single girl sharing her perspective of a single girl navigating the dating world and what she's learned so she can help other people who are single navigating the dating world as well. And recently I announced that I am reviewing dating profiles on my OnlyFans. So let's talk about that, because I've also gotten what makes you credible or qualified to review dating profiles when you're not a dating coach. Again, I get it. The way that I review dating profiles, yes, some of it does come from my own biases, okay? I will agree, I will review dating profiles based off things that I don't like seeing. However, I also review dating profiles based off what research has said about what makes a very attractive dating profile. So it's based off experience and research. So that is what I am doing on my OnlyFans. I want to see people be more successful on dating apps, regardless of what your intentions are. Even if you just want to hook up, well, let's help you market yourself better so all the people want to hook up with you. I'm more than happy to do that, okay? My point is that I've collected a lot of data of what others have said about dating profiles and what they don't like. So Hinge released this whole research labs thing where they have relationship experts that talk about how to promote healthy dating culture, especially on dating apps. So I've gotten information from them as well, and it's been super helpful. And I've even learned new things from that as well that I'm always happy to share with you, and I can always give them credit and say, by the way, I got this information from blankety blank. It's not my own information, but this is where I got it from type thing. I'm more than happy to give credit where credit is due. So Hinge Labs is one way that I've gotten research from. I've gotten research from other academic articles, or just even doing my own personal research by doing Instagram polls. I know it's not super scientific, but when people share their input on what they don't like in a dating profile, that makes me think, maybe people shouldn't do that when this really bothers people and it makes your profile so undesirable because you're doing X, Y, and Z. Let me help you correct that mistake. But I personally believe that I'm doing more good than harm when I'm just simply sharing what I've learned and what I've done based off my own research and discovery. So that is why I decided to review dating profiles after making all of those videos on what makes a good dating profile and what doesn't make a good dating profile. I want to be able to help my audience one-on-one and just help them improve that. And you can do that on my OnlyFans. I am running a subscription this month for half off, so you can pay $7 as opposed to $13.99. So go ahead, subscribe to my OnlyFans, and I will happily review your dating profile. Okay, back to the video. Do I ever feel like I have imposter syndrome? Because I am single who gives dating advice, even though I don't really like to call it dating advice, even though it technically is dating advice. Yeah, honestly, sometimes I do feel like I have imposter syndrome. Nagin Dagari, she's a YouTuber who talks about dating. She likes to give dating advice to the average modern dude coming from a modern woman, and how she wants guys to treat women. She has a huge following, and she recently made this video about how she's taking a break from YouTube and she's taking a break from dating, and how she was talking about some vulnerabilities on that video, especially with imposter syndrome, how she is not talking to any guys right now. So what gives her the clear to talk about dating on her channel when she has nobody? And I felt that deeply. I felt like I could really relate to Nagin, because there are times where I feel that way too. I've talked about how to become a more successful and smarter dater on this channel, but yet here I am still single for a little over 9 years, and it seems like my dating advice hasn't really worked on myself. So sometimes I do feel that imposter syndrome, but I also tell myself to not give up, to keep going, because there is somebody out there for me. I know there is, and I'm not going to give up on love. I understand that I am in a very hard city to date, but that is a risk that I made, and I'm happy with the risk that I made, and I do want to say that I'm very much comfortable being single. Yes, sometimes I do wish that I had a partner, but I know having a boyfriend isn't everything. It's not something that I absolutely need. But there are days where I do feel like a hypocrite, and that's just something that I just kind of have to get over, that mental barrier, because I know my videos have impacted people in a very positive light, and I am doing my best out here to help others not feel alone about being single in a big city. Sometimes I do have these beliefs that I tend to sometimes care what others think and wonder why should they even listen to anything that I say, because I'm still single. I have no boyfriend. I have no man under my radar at this time. So why should people trust me? Why should people listen to me when I'm out here still single, when I'm out here not having any luck? Yeah, it can get discouraging, but you know what? Like I said, I don't give up. I keep going, and I want you to keep going too. Just kind of wanted to just get this all off my chest, answer all your questions and concerns that y'all have had towards my videos. I hope this kind of clears things up for y'all. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I don't know what else to tell you, but I feel like I've kind of addressed everything that I needed to. If you liked this video, make sure you do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!